Fade in. Interior, bathroom, home, night. Charlie, mid-20s, black female. Casual attire, rummages through the medicine cabinet and retrieves a box of bandages. She nervously shakes out the content of the box over the basin. Several bandages and a used fentanyl patch tucked inside a bandage wrapper fall into the sink. Charlie, visibly shaken, sighs. She folds the fentanyl patch in half and places it inside her mouth between her back teeth. Charlie opens the door, turns off the lights, and tiptoes out of the bathroom. Interior, kitchen, home, continuous. Brian, Charlie's brother, early 30s, black male, casually dressed, talks on his phone. Charlie taps Brian on his shoulder.
Hold on a minute.
Brian looks up at Charlie.
Can you run me to the store so I can get some ice cream?
Yeah. Ready?
Uh-huh. Let me get my shoes.
Charlie exits the kitchen. Brian returns to his call.
Nah, I'm about to run my sister to the store. That's a fresh track. You could add a little more bass. Okay. Hit me up in about 45 minutes. Peace.
Brian ends the call. He calls out for Charlie.
Hey, let's go. I gotta get some sleep before I go to work.
There is no response from Charlie.
Hey, come on, let's go.
Brian gets up, walks to the hallway door. Interior, home recording studio, night, continuous. Brian enters the studio and finds Charlie on the sofa in a slumped position.
Hey, quit playing.
Charlie doesn't respond. Brian nudges Charlie's shoulder and she slumps further to the side. He notices she is not breathing and her skin is clammy. Brian grabs Charlie's jaw and slaps her cheeks.
Charlie, come on, wake up.
Brian pulls Charlie off of the sofa and lies her flat on her back.
No, come on, wake up.
Brian fumbles as he pulls his cell phone from his pocket and dials 911.
911 Center. What is your emergency?
This is Brian Block, badge 256. I work across the hall for county. My sister is unresponsive. She's not breathing and I can't find a pulse. We're at 2342 Hillview Drive. I need an ambulance. Hurry!
Supervisor Jones, Brian's former shift supervisor, intercepts the call.
Brian, this is Miss Jones. EMS is en route. You need to start CPR now. Do you know what happened?
She just got out of rehab for misusing pain meds. This is my little sister.
Listen to me. Calm down. Make sure her mouth and airways are clear. Then start chest compressions until the EMTs arrive, okay?
Brian opens Charlie's mouth and pulls out a thin, clear piece of plastic that is clenched between her back teeth. He tilts her head back and begins chest compressions.
Come on, breathe!
Brian continues chest compressions and dialogue with Supervisor Jones. An ambulance and 2 medical detail units arrive. 4 EMTs enter with emergency equipment and a defibrillator. The EMTs pull Brian away and take over the CPR. EMT 1 is on the radio with City Hospital emergency dispatchers. He beckons Brian to the side of the room. EMT 2 takes out a pair of scissors and cuts away Charlie's top. He peels EKG tabs and attaches them to her chest. EMT 3 hooks Charlie up to a respirator, puts a blood pressure cuff on her arm, hooks her up to a saline solution IV bag, and injects Narcan in her nostrils. EMT 4 presses a button on the EKG monitor and retrieves a printout from the unit.
I'm not reading a heartbeat or BP. She's in VFib.
EMT 2 prepares the defib and places 2 large circular patches on Charlie's chest. He powers up the defibrillator.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, clear.
The EMTs step back. EMT 2 presses a button on the defib unit. Charlie's body jolts. EMT 2 checks the EKG monitor and notes an erratic heartbeat response. In the background, indistinguishable chatter between EMT 1 and the hospital.
I got a heartbeat. Let's load her up and roll. 1, 2, 3, lift!
The EMTs move Charlie to the gurney and roll her out of the room. Cut to exterior, home, night, continuous. EMT 1 and EMT 2 lift the gurney into the ambulance. EMT 2 knocks on the inside window.
Let's go.
The ambulance sirens blaze and lights flash as they rush Charlie to the hospital. En route, Charlie drifts in and out of consciousness, only to fade into total darkness.
Shit, she's coding. Step on it.
EMT-1 grabs the defib paddles and shocks Charlie's heart a second time. Charlie's body jolts. She regains consciousness for a few seconds. She loses consciousness again. Charlie is suddenly outside her body. She rapidly propels through a tunnel towards a white light.
No, I want to live. I'm sorry. Oh, God, please don't let me die.
Charlie looks back and sees her lifeless body on the gurney. EMT-2 delivers another defib shock. Charlie is back in her body, but she can't move. Her eyes are closed. Scenes from her life flash before her.